This is the AEW Dynamite August 14, 2024 full show results video, which takes place at Norfolk, Virginia's Chartway Arena. The show started with a match between Hikaru Shida versus Mercedes Moné for the AEW TBS Championship, and the result of this match was Mercedes Moné defeated Hikaru Shida by pinfall with Moné Maker, retaining the AEW TBS Championship. Post-match, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD's music plays and Camille goes to the ramp to intercept her before instead attacking someone in the crowd in a hoodie and a Sting mask. Snapmare, putting boots to them, but it's not Britt because Britt Baker comes through the crowd and blindsided Mercedes. Front kick, taking her down, lockjaw is on, but Camille slides in to break it up and it takes her a second, but she peels Moné away from the hold. Jay Lethal and friends are interviewed backstage and Jeff Jarrett takes offense to being characterized as a thorn in Hangman Adam Page's side. Jay Lethal talks about how whatever Page has with Swerve isn't about them, and Hangman attacks, pulling Jay out to the stage, beating him down, and into the ring for their match. Then we saw a match between Hangman Adam Page versus Jay Lethal, and the result of this match was Hangman Page defeated Jay Lethal by pinfall with buckshot. Back from the commercial, Pac cuts a promo and he's mad about his #1 contendership to the AEW International Championship going by the wayside. He doesn't like being treated like a bum and he doesn't like losing his ticket to Wembley, but it's okay because he gets the winner 2 weeks later at All Out in the same arena where he beat Kenny Omega 5 years ago. So whether it's Ospreay or Friedman, he's taking what's his at AEW All Out. Darby Allin cuts a promo about how he used to think about what the endgame was for him as an indie wrestler making $50 a night, and then AEW happened and he heard they signed Jungle Boy while he was homeless in his car, and it hit him that it's a place where the elite were just going to hire their friends. He asks what Jungle Boy has ever added to AEW and says he's going to end him at All In. Darby makes his entrance live in the arena and, scapegoat, Jack Perry blindsides him with a knee and beats him down and takes him to the back as the brawl continues. Fighting on road cases, Allin trips him, Perry falls down and throws a trash can at Darby's head before ramming him into a half-open garage door. Jack seizes the controls and closes the door on Allin, grabbing the chain to add even more pressure. He yells at Allin about sacrifice, wheels a road case around and tries to ram Darby with it, but security makes the save. At Wembley he's going to beat Allin at his own game, he wants a coffin match. Back from the commercial, Mariah May cuts a promo on Toni Storm, talking about how she vowed last year to learn from her mistakes, and it's all about Mariah. One day people will ask, whatever happened to Toni Storm, and they're both going to die, but May gets to write her eulogy. Mina Shirakawa is interviewed backstage and she says she hasn't heard from Mariah or Toni and she's shocked and heartbroken by what happened, and she still loves them both and she won't predict a winner, she just hopes nobody gets hurt. Then we saw a match between Kyle O'Reilly versus Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong, and the result of this match was Orange Cassidy won the match by pinfall with a crucifix pin on Kyle O'Reilly, earning the #1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet. Renee Paquette moderates a backstage face-to-face between Claudio Castagnoli and Kazuchika Okada. Claudio says he felt like the Continental Championship was his to lose and it hurt when he lost, but he won't stay down and this time he's going to bring the gold home. Okada mock claps and says Castagnoli is very passionate, but he's the greatest tournament wrestler of all time, and he'll respect him when he wins in Cardiff. He leaves and Claudio says he doesn't want the elite lackey, he wants the Rainmaker, the guy who won for G1S, and in Wales Okada will have 99 problems and this bitch is one. Back from the commercial, the Patriarchy are interviewed by Renee Paquette and Christian Cage says he called the #1 contenders match on Collision right down the middle and it's on House of Black and Bang Bang Gang that they couldn't answer the 10 count. He talks about this being a vehicle to the world title and he's going to hold all the titles at once, and Nick Wayne is going to make an example out of Kip Sabian. He takes the mic and tells Renee to leave because he doesn't like her condescending tone, and he says the Patriarchy are the faces of TBS now and forever. Tony Schiavone is in the ring and tells Christian Virginia doesn't want him here before introducing Hook. Hook admits he can't see out of his left eye and tells Chris Jericho that the problem for him is that he can see just fine out of his right eye and he's sick of his shit. He wants his title back and he wants a match right here and right now for the FTW Championship. Learning Tree comes, and Chris smiles and waves and calls Hook a stupid son of a bitch. Even after being blinded he still wants to challenge the Learning Tree to a fight here tonight? Jericho takes off his jacket and of course tells Hook he's not getting his fight tonight. It's not worth his time tonight, but it'll be worth his time at Wembley. But there'll be a few caveats first. This is Hook's last chance, and when he loses, he leaves the Jericho vortex forever. The second caveat is that next week Hook has to fight Big Bill next week, who says he'll beat Hook down and shove him up Taz's ass. If he agrees to that, he's got his match, and Hook says he's looking forward to dumping Big Bitch on his dumbass head and tearing Chris limb from limb, and after Wembley Stadium, he'll never ever be the same again. Then we saw a match between the Acclaimed versus Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, and the result of this match was Young Bucks won the match by disqualification when FTR come down to stop Matthew from using the belt. Jackson spits at Harwood, Dax double legs him and beats him down right as referee Rick Knox saw this, and called the bell. Post-match, security swarms the stage to keep FTR and the Acclaimed away from each other while the Young Bucks saunter away. Renee Paquette interviews Christopher Daniels backstage and he says the tag title picture is complicated but he has a simple solution. FTR and the Acclaimed will have a number 1 contenders match at Collision, winners facing the Bucks at Wembley. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between Shane Swerve Strickland versus Wheeler Yuta, and the result of this match was Shane Strickland defeated Wheeler Yuta by referee stoppage. Post-match, Danielson rushes to the ring to save his protege but Swerve walks off calm as anything. He gets on the mic and says last week he said he'd show us why he's the most dangerous man in AEW, and what he did to Wheeler was just a taste of what he's doing to Bryan at Wembley. He's bringing his family, right? Just like he mutilated Yuta in front of Danielson tonight, he's going to do the same to Bryan in front of his daughter in his last match. He's going to force him to retire by crippling him, and Swerve leaves and then runs back in and lays Danielson out and slowly, mockingly does the, yes, fingers over his fallen body, and the show goes off the air.